Arthur Curry always felt different. Born in the small town of Amnesty Bay, Maine, his mother was an honorable queen of Atlantean descent, and his father was a simple human lighthouse keeper. The two fell in love when Atlanta was fleeing from her forced finest, and they eventually got married. But just a few years later, Atlanta was forcefully and reluctantly taken back to Atlantis, where she was believed to be executed. Now, growing up, Arthur learned many stories about his mother from his father. For example, how she had red hair like a flame and skin that shone like pearls. And as a result, he grew up with a strange longing for the ocean, often feeling drawn to its call. Despite this, he knew nothing about his Atlantean heritage. He had no idea that he could breathe underwater or that he had any royal blood in him at all. After graduating college and returning home, Arthur was repairing his boat with his best friend, where they stumbled across a mysterious box hidden inside. When he opened it, it revealed a gorgeous golden trident. As he reached for it, however, the artifact suddenly glowed brightly, causing both men to shield their eyes. When the light faded, Arthur found himself inexplicably drawn to the trident, as if by some unseen force. In fact, as soon as he grabbed it, a wave of energy surged through his body, granting him incredible strength and endurance. Amazed by his newfound powers, Arthur discovered that he could now breathe underwater. And when he dove into the ocean, he transformed into a super powerful aquatic warrior, confirming his true identity. That's right. He was half Atlantean and half human. However, he also soon realized that his newly acquired powers came with a great responsibility. In a vision, he witnessed his mother being taken away from his father and brought back to Atlantis. At that moment, he learned the painful truth about her so-called execution. She hadn't actually died. Instead, she had been forcibly married to the king of Atlantis, thereby becoming the queen, and his half-brother Orm was the one who had orchestrated the whole thing. Unfortunately, his father passed away shortly after, leaving Arthur all alone. With no other family on land, he decided to seek out the only relatives he had left, his mother and his half-brother in Atlantis. But upon arriving there, Arthur was appalled to learn that Orm planned to unite the 7 undersea kingdoms in order to wage war against the surface dwellers. Shockingly, it was revealed that Arthur was the rightful heir to the throne, but Orm had stolen his birthright and forged a new alliance between the 7 kingdoms to overthrow his brother and take over Atlantis. As a result, Arthur desperately sought to avert disaster, believing that he could still sway his half-brother away from his evil path. Yet despite Orm's anger and hatred towards him, Arthur attempted to reason with his sibling, reminding him of their father's sacrifice and their mother's love. But unfortunately, this resulted in a fierce battle between the brothers. During the fight, Arthur vowed to prevent Orm from plunging the world into war and destroying the lives of billions of people. To this end, he promised to find the legendary trident of Atlantis, which would amplify his powers and grant him dominion over the seas. And so Arthur began his quest, following a faint trail of clues to discover the trident's whereabouts. Meanwhile, Orm prepared to launch his attack on the surface world, forcing Arthur to race against time to stop him. On his journey, Arthur encountered all sorts of wondrous sea creatures, as well as beautiful mermaids known as the Sisters of Poseidon. They were so entranced by Arthur's heroism that they agreed to help him on his quest, teaching him how to control his new abilities and master the elements. Through their guidance, Arthur developed telepathic communication with sea life, allowing him to summon dolphins, whales, and sharks at will. He also gained elemental mastery over water, enabling him to create devastating tsunamis, healing streams, and impenetrable shields. Moreover, his super strength allowed him to hurl massive boulders like they were pebbles and crush solid steel like it was made of paper. Not to mention his superhuman agility let him move with lightning-fast reflexes, dodging attacks that would have otherwise been impossible to evade. Additionally, his underwater vision enabled him to see clearly in the darkest depths, unveiling hidden pathways and revealing lurking dangers. Lastly, his stamina was unwavering, ensuring he never tired on his arduous quest for the trident. As Arthur journeyed further, he discovered ancient ruins and long-forgotten lore about the Trident of Atlantis. It was said to possess unimaginable power, capable of controlling marine life, manipulating water, and unleashing tidal waves. But he also learned that the Trident was cursed, bringing ruin to anyone who dared wield it without noble intentions. Determined to break the curse and claim the Trident for himself, Arthur pressed on, braving treacherous waters and overcoming fearsome sea monsters along the way. Suddenly, he was face to face with the guardian of the Trident, a colossal sea monster with razor-sharp teeth and glowing red eyes. It lunged at him, knocking him off his feet and sending him crashing to the seabed. Dazed but defiant, Arthur summoned his courage and unleashed a torrent of water from his hands, striking the beast square in the chest. Startled by his unexpected attack, the creature recoiled momentarily, giving Arthur time to regroup and devise a strategy. He realized that brute force wouldn't be enough to defeat the monster, so he focused his mind and reached out with his telepathic powers, attempting to communicate with the creature. To his surprise, the monster understood his words and explained that it wasn't hostile, but rather a guardian sworn to protect the Trident. The creature revealed that the Trident's power was too great to be wielded by just anyone, and that Arthur had proven himself worthy by defeating Orm and seeking to unite the Seven Kingdoms peacefully. Overwhelmed with gratitude, the creature stepped aside, allowing Arthur access to the Trident. As soon as Arthur grasped the Trident, its power surged through his veins, amplifying his abilities to levels he never imagined possible. With newfound confidence, he returned to Atlantis, determined to confront Orm and prevent him from plunging the world into chaos. Upon his arrival, he was shocked to discover that Orm had already launched his attack on the surface world, sending a fleet of Atlantean warriors to destroy coastal cities and devastate marine ecosystems. Desperate to stop the carnage, Arthur led a counterattack, commanding vast armies of sea creatures and wielding the trident with unmatched skill. As the battle raged, Arthur confronted Orm, who had transformed into a monstrous beast fueled by dark magic. Despite Orm's overwhelming power, Arthur remained steadfast, countering each attack with precision and grace. In a final showdown, Arthur struck Orm with such force that the trident shattered, releasing a surge of pure energy that healed the wounded and restored balance to the seas. With the threat of war averted, Arthur emerged as a hero, uniting the Seven Kingdoms under his banner and ushering in a new era of peace and prosperity for Atlantis. Now, as the ruler of Atlantis, Arthur faced many challenges, both from within and outside his kingdom. He had to deal with power-hungry advisors, external threats, and the constant struggle to maintain balance between the human and Atlantean worlds. Despite these challenges, Arthur proved to be a wise and compassionate leader, earning the respect and admiration of his people. Under his guidance, Atlantis thrived, becoming a beacon of hope and prosperity in an increasingly turbulent world. But even as Arthur enjoyed the fruits of his labor, he never forgot the sacrifices that had been made to achieve peace. He honored the memory of those who had fallen in the battle with Orm by building monuments and instituting days of remembrance. In addition, he continued to hone his powers, mastering the use of the trident and deepening his connection to the ocean and its inhabitants. As the years passed, Arthur's legend grew, inspiring awe and wonder in the hearts of all who knew him. And so, the tale of Arthur Curry, the once unassuming lighthouse keeper's son turned superhero, became a thing of myth and legend, passed down through generations as a reminder of the power of courage, compassion, and the indomitable spirit of humanity. The end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out more videos just like this one. And if you really like this content, please subscribe because it genuinely helps me out. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.